No.
Alright, y'all. So I am back with another video. Today is what's today? Can you that was my brother. You know what I'm saying? He from the same mother, my brother. Okay. Anyway, so do you know what day it is?
I do. Oh.
It's my mama. She's a video bomber. So my nephew, he get it honest. You know what I'm saying? He just get it from his mimi, you know. But anyway, so today is graduation day. We are on our way to the graduation. You know what I'm saying? Two video bombers. Not one but two. I've been blessed with two video bombers today, okay? Cause this is the day. All right? This is the day. So all right, I'm gone cause today is a real life video, so it ain't gonna be quiet. It ain't gonna be silence. Okay? So 2019 graduation. You know what I'm saying? Won't he do it? Said he would. Okay. Said he would. My face all oily. I put some lotion on because my nose was peeling.
You look good,
You know what
girl.
I'm saying? Because I ain't trying
Got
to.
that graduation glow.
All right, we out.
All right.
All right, y'all. So, it's a lazy Sunday. So this just what it is. Okay, this right here is just what it is on lazy Sunday. So I want to come to backing that thing up. So thank you for tuning in to and joining Journey with Wendy. If you have not noticed yet or caught on yet that I am Wendy, I oftentimes have a little helper that's with me, but she's taking her shower right now because she's getting ready, for school tomorrow. And so, having said all that, if you have tuned in and subscribed since day one, your girl appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you for doing that thing because you ain't got to do it. It's millions of other YouTube channels that you guys can watch, but you watching your girl, so I thank you. And so, like I always say, watch your couple, 2, 3 videos if you new, and then, go on, consider subscribing to your girl. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm putting out this content for you and for me too, for you and for me. And so, I'm not eating today. I ain't ate on camera in a long time. So I've been busy. Okay, guys. I have been busy with graduation on August 22nd, 2019 at 9:30 a.m. I graduated college. I walked across that stage. You hear the song. Well, you don't hear the song, but I hear the song in my head because I remember it. So walked across the stage, you know what I'm saying? Yes, I do have a haircut. I cut my hair myself. I didn't really put a bend in my hair, didn't really curl it the way I normally curl it because I didn't want to. I want to walk with straight hair, not like bone straight, but like kind of like below dried straight hair. So that's how I walked across stage. It'll be pictures. I'll flood you with pictures, 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 pictures. So for 2 weeks leading up to graduation, like I was so nervous. And I had been nervous, because for me, walking across the stage is not just like walking across the stage. You know what I mean? Like it's a huge life step, and it's someplace that I had never, for a bachelor's, I had never been here before. I have an associate's. Go watch the college video. If you don't know about that, go and watch the college video. And so now, I am an undergrad. I have my undergrad, and tomorrow I start Monday, August 26th, I start my master's program with a dual degree. And so, so I got my bachelor's in psychology August 22nd, 9:30 a.m., very specific day that changed my life. And so 2 weeks leading up to it, very nervous, like really, really nervous. Because the last class that I was taking, so I was taking two classes. I was taking test and measurements. And so basically, like, she didn't give you any quizzes. Like, all you did was discussion boards and write. And I was like, okay, this kind of like, when I get to my master's program, because I don't believe that they could be giving you all them quizzes. I don't really know nothing. I ain't logged in yet. I'm supposed to log in on the 26th, because if I don't log in on the 26th, then they're going to count me as absent. Okay? And I reserve my absences for special occasions. Tomorrow ain't going to be one of them. And so I took that, and then the next class I was taking was statistics, and it was a behavioral statistics. And so, this is like the first class was like 393, and this was like 391. So, when you get up there, okay, When you get up there into the hires, it get more difficult. So this time I went skating. You know what I'm saying? Like I had went in advance to the library because you needed the program SPSS. So I went to the library and I stayed up there for like a couple of hours just doing all the weeks in advance. So I did week 1 through 5. Cool, So the first, yeah, I think it was week 2. The first one, I ain't do too well on the lab. I was like, what's going on? So wasn't none of my stuff working. None of my special abilities, none of that stuff was working. So I was like, ew. So I was nervous because I'm just like, I wasn't doing well in the class at all. And then, as the weeks were progressing, you can find that stuff on Quizlet. But for the most part, no Quizlet action, boo. None. He was like, you gonna earn this. You gonna earn this grade. And so I was like, bruh, well, what is happening? What are you doing? Because most people end up taking that class as, their last class. So I'm in communication with the professor the whole time. So, I went from, I ain't even gonna tell you what my grade was. It don't matter. She graduated. But did you graduate? I graduated, So, the class was kind of, this was by far out of all the classes that I have taken, like ever in my life, this class right here was the hardest class, boo. Okay? It was the hardest class. And like, cause it was like my brain wouldn't function. I just didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, I'm the kind of person that I'm like, how is this applicable to life? And so, like in social studies, back in the day, when you was going over, Russia and, well, Russia, okay. When you're going over Europe and Asia, when you was going over the different continents and you had to memorize that stuff, I remember some of it because I had my teacher, Miss Brown, in the first grade. She made up a song, so I was able to remember it. I remember some of it. I would hit y'all with it, but I don't have a map to show y'all like how I know where everything is at. But shout out to you, Miss Brown. I don't know where you at because I don't even know your name like that because I was a kid. I was a kid. So, I remember that stuff. But this right here, you know what I'm saying? Like that stuff, the only reason why I remember that is because she made a song out of it. That's it. That's all. The ABCs, you remember your ABCs? Why? Because they made a song out of it. You cannot make a song out of behavioral statistics. Can't do it. You can't. It doesn't work. So I'm like, why do I need the chi-square? Why do I need to know that? Because as a psychology major, all I'm going to do is look that stuff up. Okay? Or I'm going to find somebody. If I don't know nothing about statistics, then I'm going to find somebody that can, tell me, what this means. But I already talked to Curtis. Curtis said that you don't need that. He said we don't even use that. And Curtis just graduated like last year or the year before last. And so he's a psychology major. Now he's doing his master's degree. So Big Kurt was like, you don't need it. So I'm like, okay, well, why are we going through this and I don't need this? Busy work. I'm not a busy work kind of person. Busy work just does not work well for me. So, finally, then the week leading up to, so then last week, I was so nervous because I'm working on the last project, last stuff, you know what I'm saying? And then, my mom comes into town and my mom is here and, she's spending time with her grandkids and me and stuff like that and my brother. And, I'm just like, bruh, So it just wasn't nervous because of the class. It was nervousness because, like this is something new. And so, whenever you embark on a new journey, sometimes there's a nervousness that's there. And so, I was allowing the nervousness to like overwhelm me so much to the point to where I started like internally fighting myself and whoo, child, it was a mess, I tell you, as Uncle Roo used to say. It was a mess, I tell you. So finally, the day comes, and so when I wake up, it's very peaceful, very serene. I get up at 5:45, and then I go into prayer. 5:50, I start moving around, and then I'm, praising and worshiping and stuff like that. Not that that doesn't always happen, but I've moved from that a little bit. Because it just really depends on where your girl is at. Sometimes, I'll play music in the morning. I used to do that a lot, but as I was getting ready, but I don't want to rely on that. I want to just have personal relationship with Christ. That's really where I'm at. And so, we get ready and, everybody get ready. My brother is almost late, but he wasn't late. So I can't really say he was late because he wasn't late. And so, he's driving us to the school or whatever. And, we're driving. And so my mom sees a CVS. And so she's like, "Ooh, I need to stop at CVS." And I'm looking like, "What?" I'm like, graduations. I was like, I got to be there at 8 because I had to be there at 8:30. So I'm looking like, okay, it's 8:15. I need to, because we stopped and got donuts. Well, we stopped, but they got donuts. Me and my mom didn't get donuts. Everybody else got donuts. So on this day, Joni went keto. You'll see that in the other video. So she had us some donuts and stuff like that. And, she just went for it on this day. Five Guys, she went ahead and had some fries because, she had been craving fries and stuff like that. And Big John went for it. Not Big Win, no. Me, no. I stayed strong, baby. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Them fries it smelled delicious. But I gotta go. And I'm gonna do weight loss Wednesday this week, I think. I'll let you know. Just stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? Just watch the video. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to have no weight loss Wednesday. Just watch the video. So, she was like, I don't want to stop at CVS. And I'm looking like, what? So I had to walk in. Couldn't, wasn't nobody taking pictures for me at the school. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had none of that. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So I tried not to get too wrapped around the axle about it because CVS is like, if she wanted to, she could literally walk to CVS. That's how close it was. So, having said all that, then, I go in and I'm in line and stuff like that. And then, just waiting. And so it was like a hurry up and wait thing. So it reminded me of the Army, like just hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait. And so then finally, so initially when we went in there, I got into this line with all the other students. Well, back up. At first I walked down because I was like, well, it's a lot of empty lines over here. Why all these lines is empty? These is empty. So I was looking, and so then I started seeing, like, I saw bachelor's, and then I saw doctorate, then I saw master's. So I didn't even go check the other 3 lines that was over there because I was like, well, it seems like it's getting bigger, the more that I walk. So, not gonna keep walking. And so, then, it was an announcement. So I went over to where all the other students were. So it was an announcement was made. Go fill these lines up. You guys got to fill all the lines. So, I'm walking. And so a lot of people going to the very last line. So then as I'm walking as a guy, he was like, oh, you could come to this line. And I was like, no, I'm going to go to this one. I was like, what's up, big time? What you doing? I'm talking to the guy. And so he was like, what's up? He's like, congratulations. I was like, oh, thank you. I don't know him. I just went to class. That's all I did. I didn't go to any, in our school's basketball team, football, we don't have football, basketball, baseball, soccer, softball, golf, all of them, all the athletics for CBU, they on point. I didn't go to not every game. Wasn't interested. I'm like, I'm just here for class. This all I'm here for. I ain't here for nothing else. I ain't go to no veteran stuff. I didn't do anything outside of what I was supposed to do. Cause I'm just like, for what? Okay. So we're in line. So then I'm in line next to the guy. So then the guy that's giving the instructions, I'm trying to listen to the instructions, but I'm texting Mark at the same time because Mark can't find the venue. Mark is like, I can't find it. I'm like, oh. So, I'm like, oh. Okay, so I told him, where it said. I was like, look for this. And so he was like, the event center. I was like, yes. So he found it. And so, praise the Lord, we had already walked in. Well, let me back up because I'm getting excited. Hold on, Mark. I got you, boo. So then, so they're like, okay, we have Bethany here, and Bethany, on my right side, all these students are going to go first. And then, the students to my left, then they'll go second. So, he was like, Bethany is going to be your line leader. So I'm like, okay. So it was doctorates. Okay. Then it was masters. then it was undergrad, then it was the other undergrad on the other side. So your girl was the first undergraduate to go. And I was like, "What?" So I'm getting even more nervous because I'm like, because they're telling you that you need to be smiling in the tunnel because if not, because they were putting our stuff on the jumbotron. The jumbotron at the Staples Center. When you watch basketball games, the jumbotron, and then they got the screens. That's what was happening. So I got red lipstick on, so I'm trying to make sure I ain't got stuff all on my teeth. So I'm like, And so then the girl behind me, she's like, that she had chapstick on her teeth, and I was like, no, I was like, you good. So the girl behind me and the lady in front of me, like, we were cracking jokes the whole entire time. And I was like, I'm not gonna be able to sit by y'all because I'm like, we are cutting up right now. If we cutting up like this in the hallway, then we definitely gonna be cutting up in this I'm about to say sanctuary. Reverence the sanctuary people. We're gonna be cutting up in the ceremony. And so then so from there, we go in, you know what I'm saying? And so a guy comes up to me and he was like, "Are you the first undergrad?" I was like, "Yes." So he was like, "Well, we're gonna pause at the corner." And so we go and we pause at the corner, and so as I'm looking, I see my brother raise his hand, and so I saw my brother, and then I saw this my senior pastor's wife, and then I saw my senior pastor, and I lose it. You know what I mean? Like, so I had the ugly cry, like I don't even know if I can do it. I don't think my face looked like that, but I was like, I can't even do it. And so I know my face is red. And so they're putting you on the jumbotron. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, okay, so then it was just, and so my senior pastor gave me a piece, and so I'm like, all right, cool. So then, from there, we sit down or whatever. And so Mark is like texting me and he's like, they say they don't have my ticket. So I was, cause you have to, like I told you guys before, yeah, it's a ticket system. Okay. Boo. Boo boo, it's a ticket system. So I informed him. I was like, well, let them know, your seat is, section this, row this, seat 6. And just let them know that I left the ticket. And so at this point, it's because before I was texting him on my phone, trying to listen to the instructions that the guy was giving. I wasn't really listening because I kind of was tuning that stuff out, but I tried my best to listen to because I'm like, well, I ain't trying to. I don't want to be the one because it's always one. Don't be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. So then from there, he was like, so I was texting him on my watch. I was like, praise the Lord for Apple Watches because this Apple Watch, boo boo, help me. Instead of and then my dress is long and it's got pockets, and then the gown is long and I can't get to the pockets, so I'm texting them on my phone. So then I was like, all right, cool. Kind of like how I did right there. That's what I was doing in the ceremony, and so I was trying to pay attention because I was trying to pay attention. Because then they brought the camera over to where I was sitting. So I'm like, well, this is live. This is a live broadcast. You know what I mean? So I'm like, in this live broadcast, my dad is watching. I invited my aunts, some of my aunts on there. So some people that were important to me, I invited, I sent them out the link. I wasn't able to send it out to everybody because I was so, busy. I was like, man, we got to go. So doing all that, then I went from there, and so I'm texting Mark, so he comes in, he found a seat, and things of that nature. So I was like, "Ooh, praise the Lord!" So then they have the doctorates, they stand up. It was only 4 of them, so everybody that got a doctorate, they stood up, they were recognized. Then the master's people went. And so then after that, the guy comes up to me and the 3 girls. And so, and it's a different girl. And so he comes up to us and he was like, you guys are going to stay standing and, don't sit down. And so I was like, all right, cool. So he was like, you guys ready? I was like, I'm ready. I was like, let's do this. And so then the girl next to me, she's like, it's already been done. And so I'm like, okay. So we go. And so then, I'm the first undergrad after, you know what I mean? I'm the first undergrad. So, he says my name, Gwendolyn, Connor. And I'm like, so I'm looking and I don't hear nobody. And then as I'm, walking up to the president and I'm shaking his hand, then I hear, ooh, and I'm like, that's all delayed. It's all delayed. And so talking to my brother was like, my mom was like, who did they? Because my name is really distinct. And so then my brother was like, yeah, that's her. So then everybody, they went crazy because they were caught off guard. Because when I say they was reading these names fast, boo, they was reading these names like Ricky Tick Rapid. Okay, it was really, really fast. So it was like, I'm like, man, they read it really, really fast. And so as I'm walking off, I see, I see everybody, waving and raising their hands and stuff like that. And so then, I see my senior pastor again, so I lose it again. And so, I'm walking through this long aisle to get to where I got to go, because, yeah. So I'm walking through this long aisle to get to where I got to go because I'm on the other side at the end. Okay. I'm at the other side, way at the end. So I'm like, man, this aisle long as Crenshaw, bro. I'm like, ooh. So I was like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And so then afterwards, I got my little cylinder deal that my brother's like, ain't no paper. He was like, your degree ain't in there. I'm looking like, I know they already gave us those instructions. So I got it and I'm waving it up at Daisy and I'm doing like this. And I was, so then we march out. And so then I was like, I was like, what's up, y'all? I'm like, no, I was like, hey, y'all. I was like, what's up, y'all? And so it's a girl. She went the wrong way. She was supposed to go to the right. And I'm going to the left. She collided into me because I ain't paying attention because I'm trying to give a shout out to my people. Can't give a shout out to my people because the girl went the wrong way. So then afterwards, I wanted to go to Pink's hot dogs in LA. But I was advised, to look at the warnings for LA, because if you guys don't know, in LA they had the Ebola virus stuff happening. They had measles happening, a few cases of tuberculosis, and I want to say something else they had. Something else they had that you don't really want. And so instead of, putting, trying to do something like that, because I was like, well, Pink's is always going to be there. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, well, I was thinking about this place that we really like in San Diego, but then I was like, well, San Diego, how far? So then finally we just went to Five Guys, and it was I hadn't been to Five Guys since I was in Maryland. And so it was very good. It was very tasty. And I know you guys are like, oh, well, it was your big day. Like, why didn't you go to, a special restaurant? For me, it wasn't even about, because I go to special restaurants all the time. You know what I mean? For me, it was more so, just being able to spend time with family and spend time with those, who are close to me that I care about. And so for me, I was like, well, Five Guys is cool. Then we went, to the mall right there, and I got to get some smell goods from Bath and Body Works, and got me some sugar-free candy. So I got me some sugar-free caramel, well, like caramel chocolates, and then some gummy worms and some gummy bears. And so I was like, this is great. You know what I mean? And so while I was at Five Guys, I was able to give me some Dr. Pepper, because you know how Dr. Pepper used to run through my veins. Ran through my veins, Dr. Pepper. So I was able to give me some what was it? It was the cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper. I like that kind anyway. Well, diet cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper. I like that kind anyway. So I was like, well, this is great. And so it was very, very I enjoyed it. The graduation was amazing. The people that I wanted most there were there. Minus, a couple, about 4 people. They weren't able to come, but because people work, and this, it's at 9:30 in the morning, so most people clock in at 9. You know, and so I wasn't really tripping off that, because I felt the love and support from the people anyway. And so, ready to embark on this next journey of, my master's degree. And I will be doing a video on that because, like I always say, I can't give you everything, because if I give you everything, then you won't come back. So I got to leave some suspense, okay? And I'm cooking for Monday meal prep. So sometimes I cook on Sunday, and then sometimes I cook on Monday, depending on how I feel today, what I'm going to do. This ain't about that, though. And so, now I am a college graduate. I have a bachelor's of psychology. Okay. Okay. I do not have a minor because my minor was psychology. And I'm just very, grateful and thankful to the Lord for what he has done in my life, because I couldn't even imagine being in this place, like having a degree and then going on to get more schooling wasn't even a thought. It was nothing that I planned on doing. I had plans to be that old dusty rusty CW5 in the army that nobody hardly ever see. They'd be like, where Chief Connor, where she at? That's what they was gonna be asking, because I was really dead set on doing that. I was gonna do 30 years in the army and I was gonna roll out. But man plans his way, but God has other plans. And so I'm thankful that, his plans are leading me to where they're leading me to, and taking me to where they're taking me to, and taking me to the people, that he has for me. Because I probably wouldn't be here today without his plans. Like, I wouldn't be here sitting here in my favorite chair talking to you guys without God's plans. And so, I wasn't, I was kind of hurt, when I first got out, because I was just like, well, what am I going to do? You know what I mean? Like, this is all I know, because I went in at 18, so I was like, well, what am I going to do? But now it's just like, okay, well, we going to dream extreme. You know what I'm saying? We dreaming extreme in this thing. And so, just if you got dreams, if you got hopes, if you have aspirations, just go for them. If you don't have dreams, hopes, or aspirations, that can't be true, because the Bible says without vision, people perish. And so you have to have some vision somewhere. It's probably just buried, deep down in some places. So, just pray and ask for the Lord to show you the dreams and stuff that you had. It's probably some dreams that you had as a little kid that you know what I'm saying, forgot about. Go dig them bad boys up. Ask for assistance. And so with that, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming to my channel. This has been Journey with Wendy, college edition, undergrad, the final undergrad video. That's what this is right here, the final undergrad video. We ain't talking about undergrad no more, because we done with undergrad, okay? We moving on to the master's program, all right? All right? All right. And so thank you guys so much for watching me and for listening to what I had to say. And thank you for commenting. And I will see you on the next video. This has been, once again, Journey with Wendy.